But let's start off the show and bring Blake Beckham and Jay Klein in the show. I'm going to let these two attorneys battle it out. Blake, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. Good to be here.
My pleasure. And Jay, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. It's great to be here.
All right, great. Let's turn Jay's microphone on. Great. Jay? Come
yes.
on. All right. Let me back out of this thing right here and let you guys chat with each other about what goes on in depositions. That's what we're talking about today, right?
That's right. Today I thought we would start with the art of the deposition. Blake, could you just give the audience an idea of what a deposition is?
Well, everybody's seen on TV a trial situation where a witness is testifying. The rules allow the opposing attorney to put the witness under oath before the trial and take sworn testimony. So it's their ability to take a free shot at you as a witness.
Could you explain the importance of the deposition in the litigation?
Well, sure. If you go back 20, 30 years ago, a lot of times depositions weren't utilized much. But in today's complex litigation, probably 95% of cases settle. And some attorneys still look at this as a way to gather information, but they should look at it as an opportunity to try the case. The strengths of your case, the weaknesses can be brought out through the witnesses. And if an attorney and a witness doesn't understand the crucial importance as a deposition as really the trial, because 95% of cases aren't going to go to trial, they're making a big mistake. So the preparation of both the attorney to get ready for it and the witness to be ready to respond and basically to learn a different language. Jay, a witness thinks he's speaking English, but he's really speaking deposition.
So you try to send them, if you're taking a deposition of a party, say, are you trying to send that party a message
Sure.
through your questioning?
Sure. Bill Gates had his deposition taken in a big Microsoft case for 3 or 4 days, and when they got to the final trial, they played 8 or 9 minutes of it. And he complained and said, they took my deposition for 4 days just to get some sound bites. Well, yes, of course. The attorney is hammering away just like he has a sledgehammer on a boulder, and he's trying to break it down and get those concessions, finally get the question that he wants. Everybody's seen objection leading on a legal drama. Well, in a deposition and in trial, when you're going against the adversary witness, you're allowed to lead them, and the attorney has a tremendous amount of control, and he is in the deposition trying to get the few case-breaking or case-making statements that will then be utilized again at trial. So having a quality attorney that understands the case and the preparation of the witness for the deposition is just crucial.
So if it's a big case, you're not talking about a couple of minutes of preparation. You're talking about a considerable amount of time, are you not?
Well, that's actually the right way to do it. But, Jay, you and I both know attorneys that say come in 15 minutes before the deposition, we'll have a cup of coffee, and they just tell you don't volunteer anything. And a witness doesn't, especially if you've never had a deposition, they don't know what don't volunteer anything means. So it's understanding, the witness needs to understand what types of questions are coming at them. Are they leading questions? Are they hypothetical questions? Are they trick questions? The witness, a well-trained witness, can actually handle the attorney, can change his behavior. If you have a very aggressive attorney and he's getting away with, let's say, trick questions and confusing ideas, he'll keep doing it. In fact, he's enabled by a poorly trained witness. A well-trained witness that understands the rules, understands the language, understands the lingo, moreover, understands his own case, he's able, by his conduct and his demeanor, to modify the attorney's behavior. So we routinely see our witnesses train the opposing counsel that they will not be taken advantage of.
And when you say poorly trained, do you find that a lot of witnesses, they try to answer some question, even if it's not the question that's asked of them?
Sure, and you're exactly right. They want to give a speech. They want to talk about their position over here. And, everyone's seen a politician and the reporter says, well, what do you think about the trade deficit with Russia? And they want to talk about oil prices in China. The politician runs away from the question. Witnesses think they can be clever and act like that, and if a question perhaps hurts them, that by being evasive, they're getting away with something. Well, the judge or the jury has seen that and heard that, and when you're a member of a jury, all you're doing is sitting there judging credibility. So a witness that runs isn't helping himself. A witness confronted with a difficult question is going to do a much better job of clarifying the question or answering narrowly or saying, well, yes, that may be true. May I explain? And maybe the attorney says, no, you can't explain. Then the attorney looks bad. So when we say training a witness, we're training them how to think quickly, how to respond truthfully, and how to limit damage where they can, and how to increase their strong points where they can.
Do you find that attorneys make good witnesses or not?
Oh, they typically make horrible witnesses. Every attorney has his list of all the things that they can teach the witness to do, and as you might expect, for some reason the lawyer thinks those rules don't apply to them. And lawyers oftentimes, and you see them a lot, you might see them in cases where disclosures involved or securities cases or attorney malpractice cases, and they think they're more persuasive, and if they just talk more and talk faster or talk aggressively, and an attorney on a witness stand is actually pretty funny in how many mistakes they do make.
Well, there's no magic with regard to depositions. It's usually not like you see on TV where there's a big reveal that's exposed. But your strategies, is it more of like a boxing in from objective evidence that basically can't be argued with? I mean, could you explain what in reality, when you've achieved something at a deposition, what is it that you achieve?
There's a lot of fencing in. Sometimes we talk about like the Lilliputians tying Gulliver down with thread. Is you get a witness tied in, but oftentimes you get with a witness and you know that his attorneys have coached him to tell something that maybe isn't true to make the company look better. And if I know a witness is going to lie, I want him to lie big, and we call that judo deposition. If you're going to lie, tell me a bigger story. Oh, really? And what happened next? And they expound, and then you get them way off on a limb, and I've got a chainsaw, and I cut that branch off.
Okay, we got 1 minute left. Like, could you give our audience, if they're facing a deposition, just give them a pointer or two.
Don't ever go into a deposition unrepresented. You might own a company, and two other companies might be in a lawsuit, and they say, we just need to get some information from you. Well, oftentimes they're looking for a way to hook you into the litigation. And if you're already a party, even if you're part of a company or you're on your own in litigation, and the attorney is saying, we don't need to prepare much, don't believe that. You need to have someone that has a tremendous amount of experience that's going to get you ready and put you through your paces. A well-done deposition is a beautiful thing. A poorly done deposition is the worst day of your life.
Thank you, Blake.
God, well done. That was great. You guys had me on the edge of my chair. I love that segment. All right, thanks, Blake.
Thank you,
Beckham,
Michael.
You're welcome. Founder, president of Beckham Group, and Jay Klein. Jay, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to go to a break right now. On the other side of this break, we're going to come back with Private Equity Spotlight with Ed Baxter, brought to you by Bison Creek Capital. And this segment was brought to you by the Beckham Group. We'll be right back on the other side of this break.